Why the heck does it seem like most people over 55 hate windmills as a source of energy? I'm 62 and I think they're kind of pretty and a great idea too. I don't understand why anyone would object. Their fan base is definitely the younger generations. Undeniable proof that the world is very much changing. And also proof that we cannot rely on fossil fuels forever. Mix of change and being proven wrong in a way they can't argue against well. I mean, they could try and argue with a wind turbine. But I don't think the turbine would care very much. And I know you said most. But I just wanted to mention my grandmother in this. Who really likes them and thinks they're pretty. They're too afraid they're going to be tilting at them constantly. https://en.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/tilting-at-windmills. Disambiguation. Maybe it's only in the US. Don't seem to come across this issue in the UK. Maybe if you'd stop calling them windmills. Considering they aren't actually milling anything, and call them wind turbines. Don Quixote. I can't speak for everyone, but my elderly neighbors don't want them because they look ugly. Fox pundits. Rupert Murdoch has been servicing coal and petrol interests with tireless false or quasi-false propaganda since the Reagan era. It just so happens that he targets the lead poison demographic for more intense responsiveness. Largely depends on where they are gathering their information. Wind turbines aren't perfect and do have their flaws, even though the benefits do outweigh the negatives. It's easy for articles or news outlets to only focus on the negatives. The three arguments I normally hear are that wind turbines aren't effective, they have a damaging effect on the environment, and that climate change isn't real. The first two are true to an extent. Fossil fuels make up around 75% of the world's energy production still, compared to wind turbines around 8%, so they are less effective when you compare them in that sense. But they are also newer technology that's still slowly improving. No green energy is 100% carbon-free. We still have to use gas and diesel-powered vehicles to transport all the parts to build them. Plus then we have to dispose of broken parts years down the road that still use the same carbon emissions. Then there is the environmental impact on wildlife, like birds and fish as an example. Although all these effects are an unfortunate byproduct when using wind turbines, it's still far less damaging than burning fossil fuels. Some people also find them to be an eyesore compared to gas-powered turbines that can be hidden inside buildings. Out of sight, out of mind. This one is more of a personal preference. It could be that your sampling is biased. Most people I know over 55 don't hate windmills. I'm under 55 and I dislike them outside of remote locations. They're not as green as people believe. They're a lot less efficient than other comparable sources. Another thing is watch some videos of people living in the shadow of these things. https://u2.be/okshki1-5zoc. IDK why you think old people hate them. Lots of younger people hate them too. This is another reason why they try and build them offshore where possible. Darn it. I was hoping there weren't any more surprises coming up when I turn 55 other than basic health problems. Now you tell me I'm going to start hating wind power? Great. I really like the fact that they keep cows cool on the summer. Trump. It's just classic NIMBY. Normal power stations, generating facilities are just built wherever and put out of the way. But wind farms have to be built where it's windy. Even if some people don't like them there. It's there or there is no point. Trump has a golf course on the coast of Scotland. Yay. I don't know why either. And the government wanted to out an offshore wind farm just off his land. He didn't half whine on about it. But there was nowhere else to put it. So it got built anyway. How dare you create clean energy? Back in my day we mined for coal and burned it. The atmosphere is fine. We use our big gas-guzzling semi-trucks to blow smog into the air so that we can transport piles of coal, wind, solar. No. No, no, no. If we had to fight a war in a different country for oil, then you have to as well. Fight for your energy sources. We love capitalism and ruining the planet. That's how I imagine it would go. Anyway. I think they are ugly and blight the landscape. I also want to know what will happen to them when the power companies move on to something else. Leave them to rot? Look at the blight with power lines. I prefer solar panels. I think they could be removed more easily. Nothing blows harder than boomer energy. Not everyone over 55. I'm 60. And I'm a big fan. But seriously, I cannot see anything wrong with them. All that talk about being ugly seems like bullshit to me. They're rather graceful, and a hell of a lot better looking than a coal station.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.